Yo, what's good, world? I kind of want to do this video about preparation when it comes to your parents and older family members that are going into health problems and things of that nature. Recently, me and my family have been kind of dealing with the fact that my mom has not only has had a stroke, but has also had her second stroke in less than 6 months. It's not really an easy thing to really deal with, but at the same time, it's something that as the child, you kind of have to step up and take responsibility on. So one of the things with like preparation is you kind of have to know what's going on with your parents and their health and things of that nature. If they have a stroke or if they have a heart attack or they get into a massive car accident or anything of that nature, you as the child or family member kind of have to step up and take responsibility for what's going on. And in that sense, you need to know, what kind of insurance do they have? Do they have medical insurance? Do they have disability? Do they have SSI? Do they have Medicaid, Medi-Cal, whatever the case it may be? What type of insurance do they have? Another thing is who presumes responsibility over them if they become incapacitated? Are they unable to make any decisions whatsoever regarding their health? Just their life decisions, anything. Who becomes responsible? Do the eldest become responsible? Do the children take over? Do the siblings of them take over? If the parents are still alive, do they still take over? There are so many things that come into play when it comes to presuming responsibility or kind of taking over what is necessary. Another thing is, are you prepared to step up? Not everybody is able to take responsibility for things. Some people are a little stronger than others. Some are, need a lot more assistance and a major support group to get through, what they need to get through, in the sense of, can they handle the situation? Not everybody can sit in the hospital and talk to the doctors and try to find out all the information necessary. It can be difficult. It's very emotionally draining, and you just have to be able to be strong enough to pretty much be able to deal with that situation. Never be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Please, please, please. If it's something that you don't know, there's a reason why they got nurses and RNs and LVNs and lobotomists, if I said that right. And all these doctors and everybody running around. There's a reason why these people are around that hospital. They know what the heck is going on. At least find out something. Research it if you have to. Ask somebody that knows something about it. Just open your mouth and ask, because if there's something that you are not asking, there might be something that you're missing to be done, or to get done, excuse me. Learn patience. When it comes to dealing with these doctors, let me rephrase that. Some doctors are just, they're there for the bottom dollar. They go to the next patient, and there's no a strike of emotion. There's no empathetic or sympathetic, type of talk to them. It's just, well, this is wrong with your mom and da 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 da. All right, blah blah blah. Some actually do give a care. Some actually take the time to answer your questions, but just have some type of patience, because sometimes doctors are not going to want to answer your questions. Sometimes they have their own personal thing going on in life that they really just, whatever the case may be. So if that's the case, again, research, have a list of questions that you want to ask the doctor, anything of that nature. Set up a support group for yourself and your family and anyone else who kind of needs an extra person to make sure that their spirits are up and they're able to stay on track with everything. Because on top of, your loved one in the hospital and going through things, you have your own life to deal with. You got your family, you got your kids, you got your work, you got your hobbies, you got, love life. You got all that stuff going on. You just got to make sure that you are taken care of above all things. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of important to have a support group, because with a support group, you have somebody or a group of people that can pretty keep you uplifting, because you can't go see your family member kind of, oh, I'm sad and I wish you were out of here, but you got to stay hopeful, because that's going to make them hopeful. you being sad is just not going to be a good look for them. You know what I mean? While they're in there, you don't know how long they're going to be in there. So make time. I know life is a hectic roller coaster. Just make time for them. You know, with me, I rarely have time to do anything outside of, you know, my work and football and even my love life. But make time where you can. Let them know. Talk to them. Leave messages for the hospital. Seeing if you can't get there to visiting hours, try to set up a time or let someone know that you're coming, or see what you can do within your schedule. Make time, because trust me, when your time comes up where you're in the hospital or you get severely sick or anything, you will be hostile or a little disappointed that no one took the time to at least come and see you or anything. That will make you feel bad. So try to remember, what you do now is going to benefit you later. So make time to go see your loved ones. You know, even if it's just a day, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, it's going to benefit them beyond anything. Another thing that you want to do is to really, really take deep breaths and take everything one day at a time. You can only go by one day, one day, one day. You can't rush life. You can't rush time. You can't rush health. You can't rush nothing. We don't have those powers. God or Jehovah or whichever name you want to use for one that's the high all being, they didn't give us that power. So really, you got to take things one thing at a time. When a person when your loved one gets discharged, there are different ways, I guess, that are different things that tend to happen when they get discharged. They either are going to a rehab place, or they're going home, or unfortunately things were just very bad and they either have gone on life support and you had to call it, or the doctor just said, you know, we're just going to make them comfortable and send them home on hospice care, and or unfortunately they pass at the hospital. Be prepared. If you know, or things are going towards the grimmer part of life, or, you know, they're going to pass, think of the wishes that they said ahead of time. Again, this goes back to who assumes responsibility. Look into power of attorney. Look into conservatorship, whether it's conservatorship over a estate in the sense of taking care of, like, property and everything like that. Power of attorney, you pretty much got power of everything. You are the person that makes the consent. You're the person that says, okay, no, my mom or my dad or whoever said that they want it this particular way and they want to be buried here. They already got their plot together, or they already picked out their urn, or whatever the case may be. You're trying to follow out their wishes, or your best guesstimated wishes of how they will want to be sent away. The only reason why I'm really doing this video is because really I got caught in that situation where I didn't know, you know, what insurance or what things I would have to do when it came to my mom with her first stroke. When her first stroke, I was pretty much like a duck in new water without wet feet. Like, what do I do? Who do I talk to? Well, what is that? And conservatorship and what? And all of that, you know, we get so wrapped up in our own lives that we forget that there are other people that, you know, we have eventually have to take responsibility over, and I just wasn't prepared. I'm still not prepared. You know, my sister, though she is younger than me, she is really, really doing all that she can. If it wasn't for my sister, I really don't know where I'll be. I really don't, because I'm further away from my mom, and my sister's right there, so she can do a lot more than I can. My work schedule is hectic to where I can't really be where I really need to be, and trust me, it bothers me. And I know that, you know, there's a part of me that really knows that my sister kind of is frustrated about that, because I can't be there all the time. I'm not there, you know, when she needs me. You know, I'm a phone call. It's different where that person is actually there. You know, I make my time and I get down there. I call every day. You know what I'm saying? I make my efforts everywhere that I can. I'll spend every last bit of, money of my gas money to get to where I gotta go. These are just sacrifices I've had to make. You know what I'm saying? Everyone makes different sacrifices to do things. But all in all, like I said, the reason why I'm doing this video is to kind of bring an awareness to people that, if you're grown, if you over the age of 21, period, it's suggested for you to look into your parents' future wishes in a sense of mom and dad or aunt and uncle or whoever the case may be. You as the person just want to be prepared because you only have a small, group of family that's in the same state or same city or whatever the case may be. You just want to be prepared. You don't want to get that phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever the time may be and say, oh my God, my loved one just got into a major car accident and they're in a vegetative state and now they're on life support, and it's like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I pay for this, or what do I do? I mean, all that stuff comes into play. It's just stuff that runs through your mind. So really, I'm urging for people to really pay attention to what I'm saying in this video, because it's important that we prepare. It's kind of like being prepared for an earthquake or a tsunami or a tornado. You kind of doing steps to make sure you have a shelter, you got clothes and water and all the necessities necessary, so that if something was to happen, you have some type of readiness together. You're prepared. It's the same thing that happens with medical and situations like that. You got to be prepared. So please, if you haven't thought about it, and you thought about today, now's the day to say, hey, Mom, I just had an idea. Are you insured? Do you have medical insurance? Do you have life insurance? Well, I mean, life insurance is kind of a touchy situation because people get killed over life insurance. And the day I get it, I ain't telling nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't telling nobody. People do stupid things nowadays, and even family can be a little fickle when it comes to money. Money will change anybody, and I ain't telling nobody about my life insurance. I ain't trying to get sent off because somebody want my money and they not even my beneficiary. So, anywho, just be prepared. Think about, things like that even for yourself. Do you have insurance? Do you have Aflac? Look into Aflac, by the way, because if you get a broken arm, you go to the doctor, you laid up in the hospital and had an emergency visit, you're paying your medical, but Aflac really does help, mend in those extra expenses that you really weren't expecting. That was kind of like an Aflac plug, but I got Aflac, and, even with me going to get a regular physical, I'm getting money back for that. So I'm condoning, because, you put money out, get money back. So, what? Everybody really just take the time to really think about those things. Ask questions. Pay attention to what's going on. If, ask questions about health. If you ain't heard, anything about them being sick or anything, just say, hey, everything good? I just wanted to know because I'm just trying to be prepared. Have those conversations. Is there a will in place? Anything. Start asking that stuff now, especially if you had a situation and you had, it's a single mom or single dad, or dad passed and it's just mom. Just really think about it. So, hopefully, this is something to put on your mind. Thank you for taking the time for even listening and watching this video. Any comments or any questions or anything, I much appreciate it. And again, thank you for allowing me to share my 2 cents, and stay blessed. Peace.